Hi, my name is Steve Sadler with Multitech Marine Service here on one of our largest projects yet. We want to walk you around and show you some of the work that we're doing on this vessel. I don't think that there are areas of the boat we're not working on. We're going bow to stern and from the bilges to the flybridge where we are now. It's very exciting for our company to be on this 40-meter vessel. All combined, we're probably looking at a 2.5-month project. If you guys would like to come with me, I can walk through and show you a few of the projects that we have in process now. First place we're going to stop is these awning poles. These are a carbon fiber, almost one-of-a-kind awning pole. What we needed to do was just reinforce the cuffs that held these into the deck. And what these hold up are the sunshade awnings that cover up this beautiful jacuzzi on the back of the boat. We're also doing some work on the jacuzzi. They had some flaws in the gel coat, some damage from use, as well as some leak issues. So we're taking care of all those. We have our composites team on board taking care of the gel coat repairs and a couple of technicians down below that are going to be looking at the leak issue. As I mentioned, these awning poles were one of the first projects that we started on the vessel. They all had to be taken out of the deck, reinforced and reinserted, just to give the awnings support with the high wind that the boat experiences, as well as the aesthetic of the poles being straight up. You can see some of the work we've got going on down below. The shell door, the swim platform, was not quite sealed to the boat, so we've put all of our protection materials out. We've actually removed part of the swim platform and are now installing a new shell door seal that'll provide water tightness both from the elements as well as the seawater when the boat is underway. From the flybridge, we're going to walk down this aft staircase to the cockpit area where we've got some additional work in process. One of the things I want to stress on this boat or on all of our projects is the level of care that we exhibit. Before any technician is on, we have a crew come through that applies all of our protection materials. Anything that we need to remove from the boat is safely wrapped, protected. Sometimes we'll actually take items off-site and rent storage space or bring a container to the vessel where we can safely store any of the soft goods, any of the furnishings. Anything that needs to be removed is well cared for until its reinstallation on the boat. If you'll come with me, I'll show you the Sea Club down below where we've got the shell seal going in as well as some lighting. This is Alex. He's one of our technicians. He's installing a seal around the shell that will provide the protection from rain as well as a following sea. You want to keep any water intrusion out of this area. We're also doing new lighting around the perimeter of this swim platform. So they're up lighting, gives the vessel a unique look when people are on it. This has a stainless rail that goes around, so when these lights are illuminated, that stainless rail is really going to show nice. We're also doing below the decks that you can see here a lot of work on the hydraulic systems. They had some leaks in some areas that needed to be refitted, so we've had techs in under the floor of the boat. We did have the entire overhead removed for some audio installations that the vessel's owner required. So when that happens, they'll bring us in to do the removal as well as the reinstallation of any of the panels or equipment that's in their way. So we work with those companies to ensure that the job gets done and done well. I do have a crew on board, so we're going to try and be as brief as we can inside as not to disturb their work, but if you'll follow me up. So some of the work that this boat required was that all of the AC lines be re-insulated. So we've gone above the headliner and are changing out insulation. Again, removed all the headliner panels, stowed everything safely, and are just putting new insulation up to stop any condensation leaks that they were experiencing on board. Again, just wanted to stress the protection that was put in place. Our techs are careful, but accidents do happen. Before any of the work commenced, they came in and put down the material you see on the floor, the walls, moving blankets to cover anything that's fragile or delicate. There's a wallboard cover that goes the full beam of the boat just to keep people out of that area. Had to remove some built-in furniture for this carpeting to be able to be removed, and we on site cut that carpeting and had it reinstalled. successfully, and it looks great. An issue with this floor being a bit too slippery, so we've come up with some solutions as far as using some kind of a non-skid application, and if that's not satisfactory, we're going to replace the veneer flooring in the vessel so that the captain can safely get around. So one of the things that we did was change some ducting. The owner's cabin is behind me, didn't like that the AC was blowing directly on him as he came through the door. As a customization feature, we are changing the ducting so that that won't give him a cold blast on the shoulder as he comes through the companionway. We've boxed and added some returns to the AC system just to give a less humid environment on the living space inside. This stairway that leads to the lower cabins had some damage. We have assessed the damage and are repairing these hand-carved limestone stair steps, and we haven't begun that process yet. That's going to be one of the things we attempt in phase 2. They've been repaired twice before in 2 different countries, and have brought the boat here and are entrusting us to take care of that repair for them. One of the jobs that we're doing on the boat is to replace the motors on all these retracting windows down both sides of the flybridge. It is not an enclosed flybridge, but they do have these partitions to give added privacy and block the wind a bit. Unfortunately, the motors had failed. They weren't fully protected from the manufacturer, so we're not only replacing the motors, we've also designed a cover for those motors so that once they're replaced, this isn't an issue that continues to occur. One of our composites jobs, they found that this side door was getting damaged when it was opened and closed. So we have some mechanical work to do on the hinges themselves, but we also have some composite work to do with the damage that was caused by the opening and closing of the door. If you guys can hear me with the wind up on the bow here, we have a couple of projects going. We have these carbon fiber awning poles. There's actually 6 on this deck. We removed all 6. We've rebedded their bases and are ready for reinstallation. Once we get these back in, we can put their awnings back up so that they're ready to go on Friday. A couple of the other things we have going here are these 4-peak hatches. Both of them just needed some maintenance, some new paint, and a new lock mechanism on one. So again, we have our composites team alongside of our mechanical technicians to do the job that the boat requires all in one shot. If you can follow me up, we have our protection material around this one, as well as some work going on down here. I think our tech has actually gone to lunch, which gives us a good chance to see what he's doing here. He's just refinishing the top edge of this anchor hatch door. I just want to thank you again for joining me on the tour of one of our most exciting projects yet, and hopefully I got some information out to you, and if you have any inquiries, you can let us know at Multitech. We'd be happy to take a look at your project too.